Okie Bluebirds, Niitaniko Cutjaw, and welcome back to my channel. So as of Monday, July 13th of 2020, the Washington Redskins will no longer be known as such, and new team names are still being debated. If you're unfamiliar with the Washington Redskins, they're an NFL team, a football team, based in Washington, D.C. Their name, mascot, and logo, all created by Daniel Snyder, has been challenged by natives ever since he bought the team in 1999. Supposedly, after being pressured by sponsors of the sports team to change the name, Snyder finally gave in after decades of holding firm onto the name Washington Redskins, which has yet to be renamed. But before we dive into this, if you're interested in learning the truth about Native history and culture, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out all my other social media, including Twitter and Instagram. And if you get the chance, visit my personal blog site, link in the description. Now, when I had discovered how the Washington Redskins were going to be changing their name, I quite honestly felt entirely neutral. I was neither ecstatic nor was I disappointed. I wasn't relieved, but I wasn't burdened either. I literally felt nothing. And just to be clear, I believe that changing an offensive term for a sports team is a good thing. I always inwardly cringed whenever I seen or heard the name Washington Redskins. But when you think about this, has changing the sports team name truly changed reality in any major way for natives? No, it hasn't. Native American women are still being kidnapped, tortured, and killed. Native Americans still don't have sovereignty over our own land. White supremacy still exists. Considering the fact of how reattaining sovereignty should be the ultimate endgame for Native Americans, eliminating use of the racist term redskin won't necessarily achieve this tremendous feat. Now, I believe that getting rid of that name was a good decision, but I don't think that in and of itself is anything to be impressed over, especially when you take into consideration that the owner of the team is actually racist. How do I know he's a racist? Well, the term Redskins to describe natives can be loosely likened to the N-word being used to address black people. The word is racist, created by Caucasian imperialists as a derogatory term meant to humiliate and ostracize natives. So the fact that Snyder, surely being completely aware of this fact, specifically chose this name and claimed that he was honoring natives by using it is very clearly displaying a conscientious white supremacy ideology. And then the fact that he continued to use the name despite having natives protesting outside games for decades further confirms the fact that he intended to use the name to disrespect Native American people. There is only one reason why he finally decided to change the name, and it isn't because he magically grew a conscience or experienced an epiphany, or even because he felt coerced by natives. Daniel Snyder, owner of the Washington Redskins, only chose to change the name because he was afraid to lose profit. You see, to Caucasians, money is far more important than integrity, and the same rings true in this case also. Many of the team's sponsors were putting pressure on Snyder, including FedEx, which puts out $8 million for the team, minimum, on a yearly basis. When it came down to it, and he had to pick between his pride and his pocketbook, he chose the latter. So why do I say all this? Here's why. I don't want natives to get too comfortable. Remember that white supremacy has existed for centuries, and that eliminating it from off the face of planet Earth will not be as simple as the threat of losing millions of dollars. It's a complex system that those of European descent, especially those involved in the legal system, adjust to the times. What do I mean by that? Slavery ended but was replaced with sharecropping. Sharecropping ended but was replaced with decades of Jim Crow. Genocide of indigenous people never truly ended because it's still happening even to this day, but it largely gave way to forced relocation. In other words, the name of the Washington Redskins may be gone, but the racist legacy behind the term Redskin still remains. Let's focus our aim on sovereignty. I think that should be the only time we ever truly celebrate. And again, it's good they changed the name, but the racist who named the team still has his post and a sizable amount of social power. But what do you all think? Voice your opinions down below, And with that being said, have a happy. I'm Cut Jaw, this is the Bone Thread, and I'll see you all in the next video.